This is ridiculous, right? So I just literally recorded this. And just make sure your microphone is working if you ever record something because you'll be high. Shout out to the person who dropped that comment on one of the videos. It was such a blessing. It definitely got me motivated to finish this stuff. So let's roll through this again. You know, this will be your first time you seeing it, but let's roll through it. All right. So basically, when it comes down to this thing called collision detection, it just detects when the two things meet. And so they have a very simple code that says is touching. So if the bunny is touching the robot, then this is what happened. Don't worry, we'll make it simple because it is so easy. Like my students got this. So this is what they had before, which you do not have to worry about because we don't have to do all this code. We just got to put one little block in there that says is touching. And so you're gonna probably see the answer. I'm gonna just refresh it so it's not that hard to understand. But I'm gonna give you answer. I'm gonna give you an answer anyway because it's about that. So here's your if statement, and all you're gonna bring in is touching. And right now we need to know if the bunny Control C, Control V is touching the robot. Control C, Control V. I'm just saying my shortcuts out loud. Then this is what's gonna happen. Boop, the same thing. So the code that you saw before and this code is the exact same thing. I'm gonna take my hat off. But this is a lot easier. It's literally like a block. All right. And that's all you had to do. Number three. Now, number four is identically as easy. Oh my goodness. So in this case, I already did already, but this is how it started off. And this is what it was. And so basically you only have this code right here. And you need to go ahead and bring in I might hold on. Let's see if I can scale in a little bit. Okay, there we go. All you gotta do is bring in the control. So here's a control. Make sure it's in your function. You're gonna need that in one of the assignments, right? Put that inside of it, and then get your is touching. And so in this one, we want to know if the apple is touching the blender, and if so, it's going to make it shake. And it's pretty simple. One thing I would say, if you're watching these tutorials and stuff like that, um, figure out what kind of coder you are. If you're a simplistic coder, think about the simplest way to do it, right? If you're more complex and you want to get more graphic, then this is what it's probably going to look like. But I guarantee you, you could probably do this a little bit easier. But I'll show you that later. All right, next one. Here we go. I don't know this one. Oh, I know this one. All right. So when they did this one, and you probably see it go back, this one was false. Just type the word true in, right? And the reason why you're writing true is because you're trying to get a debug of this balloon. And so when you run it, it'll be this big. Now, how do you shrink that? And it's very simple. Just go up here, and you're gonna see this crop tool. And basically, a crop is just makes the area smaller, right? And so we're gonna crop it's this area. So onion skin, draw over stuff. You can flip it. You can make it, go in a circle. Align image to center. Wow, that's pretty cool. I didn't know they even had that. All right, and after that, I mean, I know I had it, but it's the first time I read it. And then here go crop. So hit the crop, and it's over. Right, pretty good stuff. And then when I go over here and run it, you'll see that my area is cropped, and then this is gonna work just fine. It's gonna go poof. Pretty simple stuff. All right, your next one. Right now, all these are pretty simple. And this one, the debug was the fact of what I told you before. Make sure this is in your function. Your function is what really makes everything work the way it needs to work. And so again, all you really have to do is take this if statement, put in your function, walk away happy, and tell your teacher, I did my job. Boop. All right, next one. Now, these colliders are very, very simple. I believe I looked at it again that we did not start off with any collider. You're like, what is a collider? So a collider basically works like this. Either you have a circle collider or a rectangle. Right now, if we run it, you have rectangle colliders. Now, it's a coin, so you kind of probably want to make it a circle, right? Unless you're just one of those students who wants to be difficult. And that's okay, I guess. Just do it outside of class. All right, so coin one, change it to a circle, copy this, or you can just put a new one in, whichever one easier. Let's put a new one in. Control C, Control V that. Again, change it, reset it, tell your teacher again, check me out. This is so easy. It is easy, actually. All right. Next one. After you have this is in this case, you're probably gonna see the answer again, but it's okay because you got to figure out how to do it. So in this case, we want to get our if statement, and the direction wants us to change the horse into a unicorn when it touches the rainbow. Rainbow power. All right. So again, we got a horse. Again, I'm just copying and pasting this because I don't feel like typing today. I don't never feel like typing. Um, Control Z if you mess up. Right. And then after that, what we're gonna do? We're gonna go over here and get the set animation. Set animation gonna do what? Turn that into a rainbow. Doo-doo. Get our horse. That's what we're targeting to change. And we're gonna set the animation to a unicorn. Let's check this out. Unicorn stuff. All right. Last but not least. Now, this is the one I really want you to probably do. I want to show y'all this because it takes a little effort to figure out what needs to get done. And so, and you probably saw the answer, but it won't make sense until you like look at it again. So right now, when we run this code, so use your arrow keys on your keyboard, and the number just goes crazy. It's almost like you got like a GTA Grand Theft Auto for all those glitch, and like you're like, oh snap, I got billions of dollars. It's just a glitch, right? So this is how we fix it. Obviously, I'm pretty sure you don't want it because who doesn't want $1 billion when you're playing video games? All right, so you got to go ahead and figure out what's being targeted. This is our code that's being our target. So if the ghost is touching the coin, point equal point plus one. You need to know that because that's how you add score to it. And if you look up here, points equals 0. So that's the variable they started. So let's go get a sprite X and sprite Y. Why am I getting the sprite X? Why am I getting the sprite Y? Because you need them. You need it to move to a different direction, right? Or another location, more importantly. So we're gonna change our sprite X and sprite Y up our coin. How do we do that? I remember this thing called random number. Take a random number, put it inside, give it a number between 1 and 380. You can do 400 if you want to. Sometimes just get off the board. It looks really bad. I don't like it. All right. So again, here we go. And bing, 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 and bing. And now look at that. See, now if we did 400, that'd be all over the place. So now we have a great gain. Now sometimes you get a little lag here and there, right? But it's okay. That's it. So this is collision detection. Super easy. Wasn't complicated at all. Can't wait to see you for lesson 20. Thank you for allowing me to serve. Later, y'all.